Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, well, we're going to have a look at my very small collection of film themes and TV themes, soundtracks, yeah, that kind of thing in my CD collection. It's not very big, and I must confess, I've never been a massive collector because I've always concentrated on albums, by singers and groups and artists, and so I tend to have a very much smaller collection. Plus, I must confess, I've not really noticed soundtracks as much in films. I'm interested in films. I never tend to go into the soundtracks that much. I always know if there's a particular song, maybe, but not the actual soundtracks. But anyhow, let's get on because I'll be here all day going on. Anyhow, the first one this is really because of my dad, really. I remember him having this, a few of the albums. My dad had a lot of records, and he liked Mantovani. Mantovani was just one of those sort of easy listening, orchestral people that had some success playing this kind of. It's all very strings and very nice, very pleasant. And I've got it, and I thought I'm quite happy because it brings back those memories of my dad, really. And there's all from various Hollywood themes. It's got the Mantovani sound, very much so. Okay, so next I've got this. I got this fairly recently. It's the Bernard Herrmann film scores. It's just a selection, like a best of some of his great films. Again, I didn't know much about him, but I got into. I've been reviewing the Hitchcock films, and I got to learn a bit more about. And Del Boy, as mentioned, he's very much into film scores. He knows everything. I know nothing about it, but he knows all this sort of stuff. And I sort of was encouraged really by him, I think, in many ways. And I got this, and so I'm enjoying it. Yeah. And then I've got this because, well, I love the film as well. David Bowie, which is a massive bonus, is one of the tracks. And then Giorgio Moroder. Yeah. And Natasha Kinski. It's a great film. Underrated. A lot of people not as keen on all of it. It's a remake. But I think very different from the original. I've got the original as well. Very different, but it's good. It's got Malcolm McDowell as well in this. Great film. Absolutely love it. Yeah, beautiful music, and it has David Bowie. Then my all-time favorite musical. I always talk about it, but you know it, don't you? Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. What a soundtrack! What a film! It's great, kid. Family entertainment and a musical. What more can you have? Oh, and a script by Roald Dahl. The Child Catcher. And the car. Flying car. Brilliant music. My favourite. It really is. Always will be. And then Pam Grier. In Kofi. Composer Roy Ayers. Very much of that era. This soundtrack is for the whole album. The music is fantastic. The black exploitation era, and you get all this soul music, which is beautiful. You can't beat that classic soul music. We don't get that nowadays, but it was great. Great era. I absolutely love it. I loved everything about all this era. Pam Grier, who couldn't love Pam Grier? Oh, yes. And then we've got another of my all-time favourite films, Dune. I had to have, obviously, I'd have the soundtrack, wouldn't I? Brian Eno, Toto, Great film. It really is. I love it. For me, it's always the best. Even the new one may be good, but it's Dune all the way. Then it's inevitable I would have this one, wouldn't it? Yeah, Easy Rider. Great film. Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper, and the soundtrack of a generation, isn't it? Of that sort of period. I think it's Steppenwolf and the Birds and all that kind of stuff, all from that era. Great soundtrack. Then I've got another one, which is a favourite film, which they brought out a terrible remake a few years ago, and it was awful. And this I've always loved. Drew Barrymore, Firestarter, Stephen King story, music by Tangerine Dream. Love Tangerine Dream. Yeah, I've got some of their normal albums in my collection. But this, they did this soundtrack. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Then I've got another film which I don't talk maybe a great deal about always, but it has been mentioned. So I do love it. It's one of my favourite films. The Graduate, Dustin Hoffman. And the soundtrack, it's great music. Paul Simon contributed with Simon and Garfunkel. What an iconic cover that is. Oh, yeah. There it is. It's a great... Mrs. Robinson, of course, was a massive hit single. Just really good. Great. So happy. And then, Pam Grier hasn't disappeared, has she? Look, Jackie Brown. Oh, yeah. Tarantino's film, my favourite of his films. And the music. Again, he knows exactly that music of that era. Fantastic music. I had to have the music as well. So that's what attracted me. It's all these songs, just wonderful songs. Then we've got this, which is great. James Bond. This goes up to one of my favourite James Bond films, Die Another Day. Right, and but to be honest, I think I like them all on there. It's a great list of all these themes. There's not a bad one, is there? And it's not the Daniel Craig era, so we miss any really bad ones for me. I like Madonna's doing Hey, Bayek, I like Madonna and singing that, but I mean, all of them did. They're all classics. Absolutely wonderful. Then I've got, he's a legendary director, and he's still doing the music. Here we are. Composer John Carpenter, the anthology, and some of his themes from his films, and all the classic films are on here, as they would be, wouldn't there? Things like Escape from New York, The Thing, and just wonderful, absolutely wonderful, great that. And then what else we got? Yeah, Mary Poppins. Look at that, Mary Poppins, great musical, and just great tracks. Dick Van Dyke. It's all nostalgia from 1960s. Wonderful. Still enjoy that. Great film. I saw it at the cinema, of course, as a child, and I love the animation bits and everything. Then we've got absolutely wonderful film. This is an outstanding film. And for once, I actually was noticing the soundtrack. Yes, I was actually noticing it. It is, of course, The Mission with Ennio Morricone. Oh, something like that. There we are. Yeah. Great film. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. Robert De Niro in this one. Yeah, Robert De Niro and Jeremy Irons. But it is a classic film, beautiful. And there's so many themes, but I better shut up because I'm going to start going on about that. Then you've got one of my all-time favourite horror films. It is a bit of prog rock as well. Goblin. Yep. Suspiria. What a combination. What a combination. I could listen to this all the time. you know me, I do like a bit of prog rock, and here we are. We've got it with Goblin. Distinctive sound of Goblin. Wow, you can't go wrong with that, I'll tell thee. You can't. And then they did another, quite a few years later, another Suspiria. Very different. And I've got the soundtrack for that. And it's by Tom York, of course. You know him from Radiohead. Well, this is good. This is really good. This is just songs that he's composed, connected with the film. I just loved it. I thought, I'll get that. Great songs. Then this is an iconic film, iconic soundtrack. And, you know, he say, hey, you're a punk lad. What were you doing listening? I like both. I did. I like both. I still like New, and I like this. This had all those wonderful tracks of the time. You got the Bee Gees. Bee Gees, fantastic. But also a lot of the soul classics. Like Tramps, I think Disco Inferno, all those. Oh, is it Yvonne Elliman? Oh, If I Can't Have You, I Don't Want Nobody. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, wow. Yeah, love it. And then, yeah, another a particular singer that I admire a lot. I haven't got enough of her in my collection. Barbara Streisand. What a voice, what a talent. And singer, songwriter, actor Chris Christopherson. Love this version of A Star Is Born. Absolutely love it. It's a great soundtrack. All these songs in the film. Such a great film. And I've got my own copy on Blu-ray of this. Yeah, I've got a Blu-ray copy of the film. Absolutely love it. Now, I've got something we're moving on to, which is a bit different in terms of the collection. And it's this. It is the science fiction album. Now, I'm just going to give you a few ideas of what is on this. It is an absolute treasure trove. This is a treasure trove. We have got, it starts off with, I won't go through all the tracks, but there's a lot I'll go through. 2001 Space Odyssey. Then we've got Aliens. Then we've got the sound effects of the Nostromo. We've got Alien. Then we've got A1. We've got Armageddon. We've got sound effect Apollo 13 liftoff. We've got Apollo 13. We've got Back to the Future on here. Battle Beyond the Stars. Battlestar Galactica. Black Hole. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. We've got all that. Day the Earth Stood Still. Dune. Yep. Then we've got Galaxy Quest, sound effects, Enemy Mine, Ghostbusters, I'll have to jump a few hills, Gremlins, E.T., Judge Dredd, Last Starfighter, Mars Attack, Matrix, Predator, Moonraker, Bond film, remember that? RoboCop, Silent Running, I'm going to jump a few here, Stargate, yeah. Music from Star Trek. So we've got Star Trek TV theme. We've got Star Trek motion picture. We've got the end titles. We've got the Klingon attack. We've got sound effect Warp Drive. Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Star Trek Generations. Star Trek For the Voyage Home. Star Trek The Undiscovered Country. Star Trek 6, that is. Sound effects Transporter Crew. Star Trek Deep Space Nine main theme. Crikey. Star Trek First Contact. Music from Star Wars. And we're going to all the Star Wars. You know, The Empire Strikes Back. The original New Hope. Go on and on. It goes on the Star Wars themes in quite a bit of detail. Then there's a few more film themes put in. The Time Machine. Classic. And a film I talk about. The Things to Come. That's on here. We've got War of the Worlds, Total Recall, You Only Live Twice, first James Bond film I ever saw and still love, and Superman theme. So that's it. Science fiction. Absolutely wonderful. And then I've got these. These were free with the SFX magazine, which I get. And these were a mixture. We've got here Battlestar Galactica, Knight Rider, Thunderbirds, Buck Rogers, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Blake 7, oh yeah, Joe 90, The Prisoner, Captain Scarlet, and The Avengers. Oh yeah, all these theme tunes on there. And then another one, Cult TV Classics. Look at that. Oh yes, brilliant Cult TV Classics. Avengers, Jason King, The X-Files, Mission Impossible, The Prisoner, Hawaii Five-0, it's a strange one in there. Stingray, Book 'em Dano. I've gone off into Hawaii Five-0. Xena, the Warrior Princess. Wow, yeah, remember Xena. Pink Panther, Kojak. Hey, who loves you, baby? Battlestar Galactica, and Robinson Crusoe. Iconic, brilliant when you were a child, Robinson Crusoe. And then, finally, the last one, you're thinking, whew, thank heavens. SFX Sounds, it's called. And we've got on here 2001. We've got Mars Attack. We've got Star Trek First Contract. Battle Beyond the Stars. Starship Troopers. Star Trek Voyager. The Black Hole again. Life Force. Apollo 13. Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. Empire Strikes Back. And Predator. That's it. I've done it. I've got to end. Crap, what are you thinking? Thank God that's only a small collection. It is. It's not a very big one because I've seen people's masses and masses of soundtracks and that. But I've got like a classical music session. I've got compilations ones we might go through sometime. I don't know. Anyhow, that's it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll let you know when I put out these videos. And have a look in the playlist. You can see all the things I do. Films and TV shows and CDs, of course, music. Lots of music. And it's all in there on playlists. Also, if you like this video, please give it a like. Get it onto YouTube and all that sort of stuff. Algorithms. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments, and buy a kit costs no. So yeah, I say give it a like as well. Hopefully, you might do. And that's it. So all I've got to say is I'll see thee again.